Hey guys, James Wolf here, and today's another episode of 80 Days. This is gonna be the last one for a little while because I'm gonna be bringing a new series to the stupid ant. Fuck you. Anyway, I'm gonna be bringing a new series to the channel. You guys will figure it out what it is tomorrow, since this is being shot and being recorded and uploaded on the same day, 20th of February, by the way. So yeah, let's get this going. Let's check what's in the market. Nothing I need. So we only have one destination. New Orleans, departing tomorrow, arriving Friday. The Dark Queen. So over $1,000, which I don't have. So it's 140 bucks. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 140 bucks, and I'll wait a fucking day. We're not making it home in 80 days. I can tell you that right now. By the way, again, as is always with this thing, I don't have my headphones in for my computer. I have them in for my phone. 3, 2, 1 by Brett Kissel. That's what I'm listening to. Another night, and the clock was forever ticking upwards. Before retiring, I buffed and shone my Mesh's pocket watch. That thing was shiny as shit. Speaking of watches, I need to get a new band for mine, or I need to find the old pieces that came with the old one. It's $14 to get a new band, and it's $25 with shipping and everything to get a new watch itself. So I think I'm just gonna save up and get the new fucking watch, because my mom probably has the pieces, but A, she's down in Florida, and B, she said she put them in her jewelry box and then we lost it. So we board the Dark Queen, a twin-decked 6-boiler sternwheeler, bound for New Orleans. The Mississippi was famed for the luxury of her steamboats, but also for their unfortunate tendency towards catastrophic boiler explosions. I felt rather lucky, though, and quite certain that nothing ill would befall us on our journey to Crescent City. Yeah. Phileas Fogg, walking financial tightrope, says Banks. Yeah, well, bust out another 1,000, because I'm gonna need it. The common room, yada yada yada. Oh. Captain Latour was clearly quite cozy with the gamblers and had something of their No, I'm not risking. I'm not risking it. Outlaw Jesse James captured by Pinkerton agent, but escaped before reaching courthouse. Of course he did, because he's Jesse fucking James. the fuck did you expect? I sense disaster. He sneezed more oil into the engine crank. We'll be in New Orleans by sundown. It was hell in the literal rather than the metaphorical sense, and I was in it. We did not reach New Orleans that day, and I wondered if we ever would. One boiler exploded. We have another 5! New copper deposits found near Cape Horn. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. None of the sailors died yesterday, though some no doubt wished they had. A much chastened Captain Latour moored the ship and organized boats to take them to doctors ashore. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Monsieur Fogg and I were unharmed, at least physically, but there is no music or laughter on the Dark Queen's decks. I do not think there will be any for a long time. I'm sorry, are we flowing with the river's current? New Orleans. Are we flowing with the river current? It's fucking slow. The Dark Queen continued her journey down the Mississippi, though at a crawling pace. Captain Latour ordered only 2 of the 5 remaining boilers fired, and had to offer double pay to the stokers to induce them. What a waste this is. I say, disgusted to Mr. Fogg. My master regarded me thoughtfully. Captain Latour took a gamble, and this time he lost. That is all. But you're a gambling man, I said, thinking of the screams of the sailors. I realized as much the very first day you took me into your service. What is the difference? There is none. Monsieur Fogg said calmly. After a moment's consideration, I merely have a better calculation of the odds. So instead of Friday, we got here Sunday. New Orleans tackles piracy increase. Okay, that's a fucking thing I want to deal with. Piracy. We docked at New Orleans when the sun was low in the sky, glinting over the brackish water of the river and bathing the French and Spanish colonial villas of the city in soft yellow light. Captain Latour came to see us off, bent backed and almost gray. I think this waitress taught me caution, he said shakily. Be wary of New Orleans. She is a city a man can abandon himself in. Oh, I don't plan on staying more than a fucking day. What's in the market? Oil paints. Atlanta. Prince. Dusty Road set. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. It's gonna take at least... Oh, I can go to New York. Yes, but it's gonna take for fucking ever. It took a few hours to explore, learning... There we go. Plan. How much to get? There we go. Departs tomorrow, arrives Wednesday, so it's a 3-day trip. Cool. Follow me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There we go. I met death in a smoke-wreathed red-lit bar in New Orleans. As the jazz band struck up another tune, he offered to buy me a bourbon. Perhaps in 20 or 30 years. I replied archly, as some of the other patrons snickered. Death pulled off his mask to reveal handsome Shah al features and dark green eyes, and then extended a skeleton hand to me. A fine costume, I remarked. Merci, mon cher. I am Death at our neighborhood Mardi Gras, and I am practicing my role. He took my proffered hand and brought the back of it to his lips for a gallant kiss. He flicked me a rather unmistakable look under his dark lashes. I returned the look with one of my own, and he let my fingers slip slowly through his. You must call me Octave, mon cher. I am Passepartout. I dipped my head slightly. An appellation, as well as a burden. Then I will choose another for you, he decided with a slanted grin. A special name for you and me tonight, Laurent. For you look a bit like a Laurent. Laurent and Octave, I agreed with a slow smile. They sound an intriguing pair. Octave told me he was a free person of color now. I was aghast to realize he had been a slave before the Civil War, and indeed still worked as a servant for the very same family. Are you happy working for them? I demanded, trying to imagine myself in that place. He sighed heavily. Young Claude is a horror, and a little better, but little Herney is still a sweet child. He carted a hand through his thick black hair. They are my half siblings through their papa. Your father enslaved you? No, he corrected gently. He simply did not free me. You sound so surprised, my sweet Laurent. There we go. I smiled at him. I have been around the world. Octave walked me upriver to the border of the Garden District, where Mr. Fogg had taken lodgings amongst the American. The moon shone down on the Mississippi and Octave. Ah, yes. Yes. He tasted of bourbon and dark nights, and I will say no more of it. A man, even one such as I, must have his secret. Octave will be one of them. I think of him often when I think of New Orleans. Or New Orleans. Ah! I'm so happy! Because fuck you! I have the Louis Black approach to things. If you don't like it, fuck you! Yes, I did do the point thing. The Piedmont Airline. New Orleans was not, in fact, an airline at all, but according to its advertising, the fastest railway in America. What could be better? Forgetting. Fog Valet. The Brains. Full report. Oh, I wanted to read that. We get into Atlanta. We settled ourselves in a carriage with one other occupant, an extremely large man who introduced himself as Charlie Sullivan, a lad from Birmingham. Who is most impressively sculpted, especially around the neck and upper arms. I asked where he was going, and he replied, New York. I was boxing. I'm going home. You were trained, he demanded keenly, or self-taught? I've got a manager, Sullivan replied. He tells me what to hit. Excellent, excellent, Monsieur Fogg. Enthused. I want to hear all about it. I sat back and enjoyed the conversation. The details of boxing are more intricate than one might expect. A ruffian sport for certain. But with this, there we go. China, Japan, tensions rising. Of course they are. That Mr. Sullivan will, I think, go very far indeed, Mr. Fogg opined, as I brought him kippers from the dining car. He seemed to have the physique, I suggested. Not just the physique, my master replied. Physique is not the secret. His description of the transferal of weight from foot to foot was very well understood indeed. So you are a boxer, monsieur? I saw the shutters of his conversation begin to come down. I went to school, yes. You mean you boxed as a child? He stiffened. The suggestion he had even been a child was, I quickly saw, well beyond the pale, even for one as intimate as I. You should fight him, I said. He said. I laughed at my master's joke. But Monsieur Fogg, as ever, was not joking. And he looked up at me with some surprise. Is something the matter? It seems you wish me dead, monsieur. My master shook his head, the minutest fraction. Not at all, merely exercised. He forked another forkful. You needn't be alarmed. I can teach you to box. I rolled back my sleeves. I am sure you can, monsieur, I replied, and I am a quick learner. Or at least I thought, somehow confident in nature. Excellent, Monsieur Fogg put down his paper. I have arranged for a space in the guard's van. Come! When had he done this? I do not know. I merely followed, and there was Sullivan stripped to the waist doing his warm-up exercises. Piss pour two, he greeted, through a thick leather mouth guard. Piss pour two. I all but burst into tears, probably laughing. But still I removed my own shirt and tried to listen as my master provided some pointers, and then the fight began. Sullivan was a tough opponent, and if he chose to swing hard, he would brain me useless unless I defended myself. But he would not be able to slug on every swing. I would have to pick my moments to attack. To begin with, I kept my fist up. Matching Monsieur Fogg's demonstration from across the car, just as Sullivan punched hard, the blow landed against my defense. I shook it off as best I could. I jabbed. A quick decisive move. While Sullivan lifted his defenses, I knocked him back a little. We were both still lively, although he was faring a little better than me. He will have regained some muster from that block. My master shouted. So be warned. I saw his arms tense. So I brought up my defense once more, protecting my face. Sullivan snapped his arms to block. We circled each other nervously, neither of us as badly worn, though he was looking better than me. He lifted back his shoulders. I then kept my guard up once more, protecting my face just as Sullivan brought his block. Putting all my weight behind the blow, which Sullivan put up his defense. I pushed him a little. We were both still energetic, though he was, yeah, of course. Next. Okay. Get my guard up. Holy shit. I woke still. Hold on. I woke still smarting from my boxing match with Sullivan, and my master most generously decided he would fetch breakfast. You are most kind, monsieur. Indeed, he replied, and we cannot have you dropping the tray. He returned with black coffee and well-buttered toast. A most considerate choice to bring to a Frenchman. Of course it did. There we go. Okay, we have 8 days. Can we get across the sea in 8 days? I don't think we can. But it's going to be much fucking better than the 98 days that we did last time. Unless we've got like an airship or something. Because if we got an airship, we can probably do it. Yes. Okay. I was pickpocketed in New York. I seized the thief by the hand. I held on. Despite the inconvenience, and finally she... Are you done, little vampire? For now, she muttered. What's it for you? I looked down at my bloody arm. Truly, it was... not to let my guard down. I should report you. Her face seemed to melt. Oh, please, sir. My time with Mr. Fogg had left me strict and law-abiding, however, and I will not be swayed by mere fluttered eyelashes. Instead, dragging the urchin behind me, I located a police officer who regarded me with a curious but not entirely unfriendly expression, clearly unused to dealing with the more civilized people of Europe. And what's the matter with you? Escaped from the circus? This girl tried to rob me, I declared. Oh, well, looks like she wasn't very successful, the policeman replied. But you'd better let her go. Foreigners taking children away is something Americans frown upon. I demanded justice, calling on the officer to remember his duty, his badge, invoking even the great statue that was at the very moment being prepared in my home country for their great harbor. Liberty, the officer interrupted, not justice. Get your facts straight and let that child go. And he wrestled the girl from my grasp while the little actress gasped and sobbed and made a terrible scene. I returned to the hotel defeated, and soon realized the girl had also used the conversation with the officer to dip in my pocket. Once more, 20 pounds. I'm probably gonna need more than $1,000, but knowing that it's gonna take a day or two. Arriving Saturday, I need $4 grand. Holy shit! And it is an airship. I have a week. Oh, okay. Don't we have technically like 81 days? Our room was decent enough, but I was sure I would not sleep day 73. I'm gonna need more than this. Bank. Can I get like 3 grand? I can. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 78. Okay. Just let's. What? Yeah, we're not gonna make it. I thought we were just gonna make it. Oh, we're just under. Shit. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be shitting me. We're 10 pounds. I don't give a shit if we walk in the front door of Mr. Fogg's house with not a cent to our name. We're 10 pounds under. Oh, Christ, you little fucking ruffian. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, day 80. We're not gonna. As we lay down to sleep, Mr. Monk, today is day 80 past mature. We have failed. If it wasn't for the fucking ruffian, we would have won. I advised him, indeed not. We must still return home and as fast as possible. We should be returning home day 82 or 83? Yeah, we'll have about 900 pounds to our name. Oh! Come on, tell me I can. Oh no! So we've got to wait a minute. It's getting home Saturday. So it's a 1-day flight. Holy shit! I like those odds. They're asking 950. Come on, let's just wait another fucking day. I polished shoes, hat brims. I'm not leaving the fucking hotel because I'm not getting pickpocketed again. Just fuck you. Embark. Yeah, rough skies. Wait a minute, when is it? It's a 1 or 2 day journey. We left New York aboard the Henrietta, an old Confederate airship converted to transatlantic mail carrier, in 3 days. So we'll be 85, okay. Mind the wallet, Pespature. Our funds are running low once more. Well, 700 pounds isn't really low. Adventurer Fogg expected back shortly. I wonder if whoever it is going to accept, just due to banks and all of that shit. The ocean tore along beneath us. There we go. Yay! Yeah, we'll touch down on day 84. To the Hyde Park. At long last, we return to London. Well, now this journey has proven more tiring than expected. Return. I hailed to the Reform Club. I instructed my master, shook his head. Savile Row, he corrected calmly, and turned his face to the window. We had lost the wager, and only by a handful of days. Only fewer delays, one speedier journey, and we might have well returned to London in glorious triumph, rather than ignominy. My master entered his domicile with his habitual tranquility, though he instructed me to leave the windows shut up so that his neighbors would not mark his return. I prepared his supper, and he ate heartily, as if as if he were not utterly ruined. Vespuccia, he began. You have performed your duties with competency and skill, Vespuccia, he said, as though remarking upon the weather. And what will you do now, monsieur? My question, Vespuccia, Monsieur Fogg interjected smoothly, is fully decided upon. We must attempt this journey around the world once more. Monsieur Fogg consulted his ledger and tapped his pen. Perhaps this time, he said thoughtfully, without the African diversion. Holy shit. So, wait a minute. Every time you play this game, because this is the second time I've played it, you get more and more tips to try and figure out how the hell to... Because if you look at my route, I took a more southerly route. And if I had gone down here, I probably would have to go here anyway, so just go here. And I would have saved a day or two. Holy shit. I could have done this. With the route I picked, I could have done this. Oh my god. Woohoo! Adventurer Phileas Fogg loses wager. Fogg blames valet losing boxing match against world champion exploding Mississippi paddle steamer and American train robbers for 84-day journey. Of course he does. Wait, he blames me for losing a boxing match. Travel 30,000 miles. Airships, of course. $33,758 in debt. 9,800 miles by sea. 5,388 miles by land. And 15,669 by air. $18,967 per 0 days. Character is astute. Manner, conservative. Valeting, strong. Relationship with Fogg, comfortable. Good. Visit 25 cities. Well, this is rather nice. I will be beginning another journey next time. So, I think I'm going to leave this episode up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I shall catch you guys in the next video. Have a great, wonderful day. Bye-bye.